The FIFA World Cup 2022 is nearing its end. We have just two matches remaining, that is Croatia versus Morocco for the third place playoff, and then the grand final, France versus Argentina on Sunday. But the action on the field has been simply fantastic. There have been upsets galore. There have been nations who have made tremendous progress in the FIFA World Cup. But this FIFA World Cup has also been plagued by a lot of controversies, both on the pitch and off the pitch. Refereeing blunders and technological blunders aside, there have been other major geopolitical events that have impacted the FIFA World Cup 2022, the teams and the players involved. So the first major controversy in the FIFA World Cup was this particular moment. During Iran's game against England, when Iran lost 6-2, just before the start of the match, the Iran national team refused to sing the national anthem. They were silent as the national anthem played. And why did they do this? The primary thing was that the Iranian national team wanted to show solidarity with the anti-hijab movement and the protests that were happening in Iran at the time when Mahsa Amini was killed. Because she had not worn a hijab, the moral police in Iran captured her and she was beaten to death. To show solidarity to Mahsa Amini, the Iranian national team refused to sing the national anthem. Needless to say, there would be repercussions, but we have not heard anything about this at this point in time. If you thought that dissent would be one form of protest, well, the German national football team, Die Mannschaft, they went one step further. Before the start of their game against Japan, you could see that the German players had their hands on their mouth in a symbolic show of their freedom of expression and the freedom of speech being curbed. Why did the German team do this? It was because FIFA had apparently prohibited them from wearing the One Love armband, the LGBTQ armband, to show solidarity with that community. But unfortunately, FIFA prohibited them to do that, and because Qatar's dodgy record against the LGBTQI community was under the scanner, FIFA prohibited the German team to do that, and before the start of the match, the German players registered this protest with hands on their mouth. But it did not work well for Germany as they crashed out in the first round itself for the second consecutive time. Although a big statement was made, their actions on the pitch did not reflect it. During the Portugal versus Uruguay game, it was more than Cristiano Ronaldo versus Luis Suarez. A super protester, if I may have to call that, ran onto the pitch, having all the three symbols that the world is currently been plagued in: LGBTQI rights, save Ukraine, as well as respect for Iranian women. This is not the first time that he has done this, though. He has done this in a lot of Serie A games, and he also did this in the Club World Cup that was also recently held in 2022. So, this protester grabbed a lot of eyeballs, and what happened to him after the match remains to be seen. Whether he was given bail, whether he was released, whether he's still in Qatar, we all don't know about it. But the fact is, through one message, he highlighted all the three problems on the pitch, which was save Ukraine, respect for Iranian women, and the LGBTQI pride flag. It was a very, very poignant and symbolic moment in the Qatar FIFA World Cup. Do not be fooled by the camaraderie, because what they are sharing was also a source of major controversy even before the tournament began. Remember, beer and alcohol were banned in Qatar because of the strict rules that govern the country. And after a lot of protest and a lot of appeal, beer and other alcoholic beverages were being made available, but it was at a very high price and in only certain specific zones in the stadium or in bars. Remember, initially one of the tournament sponsors were promised that they would get their rescue, but Qatar at the last moment said that their advertising will not be allowed in the stadiums. This is when things took a very ugly turn, and that is why after a lot of protests, finally alcohol and beer. But perhaps the most tragic incident of all in the FIFA World Cup 2022 was the death of this American journalist Grant Wall. Remember, he had made news earlier in the FIFA World Cup when he was detained by the Qatar security personnel for wearing this pride shirt, the LGBTQI pride shirt. He was arrested, but he was let go after some time after intervention from the FIFA authorities. However, when he was covering the Argentina versus Holland game, a shocking report came that Grant Wall had died. Whether it was due to medical negligence because he was not suffering from COVID, there was instances that suggested he was suffering from bronchitis, but then it would be so fatal that he would die. His brother went on record to suspect foul play, but nothing has been proven yet. But Grant Wall's death in the FIFA World Cup 2022 was a very, very sad day because the circumstances under which he was arrested, then released, and now he died while covering the match. Following his passion, that makes it even more gut-wrenching. So the FIFA World Cup may be remembered for all the best action and the upsets, but when you look at the number of controversies it has created, perhaps it will not be a good idea to remember Qatar for all the right reasons. Thank you so much, folks, for listening to this video. We'll be back with more updates on Sports Today. Press the like, comment and share button. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And don't forget, we are building up to the big final, which is Argentina versus France. Thank you.